Have you ever looked at your legs and wondered if they were quietly telling you something about how long you'll live? It sounds strange, but there's real research behind it. One well-known study found that people with unusually small thighs had a significantly higher risk of heart disease and early death. Not because thighs are magical, but because of what they often reflect happening underneath the skin. In this video, I'll break down what that research actually means, why doctors care so much about leg muscle, and, most importantly, what you can do about it, because this is one of the most fixable risk factors out there. I'm Dr. Jonas Reed, and this channel is about helping you live longer and stay healthier along the way. If that's useful to you, consider subscribing. This research came out of Denmark, published in the BMJ, the British Medical Journal. Researchers followed 2,816 adults over several years, tracking thigh circumference against future health outcomes. People with smaller thighs had higher rates of cardiovascular disease and earlier death, and the risk rose sharply once thigh circumference dropped below roughly 60 centimeters. That threshold matters. This isn't bigger is always better. Above that rough cutoff, there was an extra benefit from even larger thighs. The real signal was at the low end. The concern isn't average-sized thighs, it's unusually small ones, which may point to a lack of protective muscle. What made researchers take this seriously, they adjusted for smoking, physical activity, body fat, BMI, waist size, blood pressure, cholesterol, and more. And the link still held. That suggested this measurement was picking up something meaningful, not just a coincidence. So what's actually being measured? Most likely muscle reserve. Your thighs hold some of the largest muscles in your body: quads, hamstrings, glutes, and they're not just for movement. Skeletal muscle handles roughly 80% of the glucose your body clears after a meal. Lose that muscle, and you lose a major tool for blood sugar control, which over time feeds into insulin resistance, type 2 diabetes, vascular damage, and heart disease. Muscle also acts almost like an endocrine organ. When it contracts, it releases chemical signals called myokines that influence inflammation, fat metabolism, and even brain health. Because your legs carry so much total muscle, healthy leg muscle can have an outsized effect on the rest of your body. Before anyone panics, thigh size alone isn't destiny. It's a clue, not a diagnosis. A tape measure can't distinguish muscle from soft tissue. Two people with identical thigh circumference can be in completely different situations. One with strong, functional muscle, the other with very little. That's why function matters more than the number. Can you stand from a chair without using your hands? Climb stairs without your legs struggling? Do a slow, controlled squat? Get down to the floor and back up? Tests like gait speed and sit-to-rise ability have been strongly linked to survival in older adults. One major analysis found walking speed alone was a surprisingly strong predictor of life expectancy. This is why doctors worry about declining leg strength with age. Strong legs catch you when you trip. They let you lower into a chair with control. Once leg strength fades, mobility drops, confidence drops, activity drops, and muscle loss can accelerate. One of the most serious consequences is a fall that leads to a hip fracture, after which independence and life expectancy can decline sharply. Here's the part that matters most. Muscle is trainable at almost any age. Decline isn't inevitable. The National Institute on Aging highlights decades of research showing strength training helps older adults maintain muscle, improve mobility, and preserve independence. The WHO recommends muscle strengthening activity for all adults because of its link to lower risk of death, heart disease, diabetes, and falls. So, practically, give your legs regular resistance work. Squats, sit-to-stands, step-ups, lunges, resistance bands, or gym-based leg exercises. The specific movement matters less than consistency. If you're deconditioned, start small. A few chair stands once or twice a day is a legitimate starting point, and you can build from there. Support that muscle with adequate protein. Many people don't eat enough as they age to actually preserve muscle mass. And remember, this doesn't happen in isolation. Sleep, daily movement, and not being sedentary the rest of the week all matter. Healthy aging is cumulative. So yes, doctors take thigh size seriously. Not because the number itself is magic, but because of what it often reveals about muscle, metabolic health, and resilience. Very small thighs can be a warning sign of low reserve, and that reserve matters enormously for heart health, independence, and longevity. Don't think of your leg muscles as cosmetic. They're protective tissue, one of the best insurance policies you have for the decades ahead. If you have a major medical condition or haven't exercised in a long time, check with your doctor before starting something new. But for most people, building stronger legs is one of the safest, most rewarding investments you can make in your future. If you found this useful, let me know in the comments and tell me if you'd like a follow-up on the best simple tests for healthy aging. Subscribe, like, and I'll see you next time.